Hello and welcome to another edition of Currently in Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano. Today, Julie Pagano from the Quincy Chamber of Commerce stops by for a summer update. First, though, we take a look at the weather and the news for you. Currently in Quincy, some hazy sunshine, 75 degrees right now. Today will turn out partly sunny. We actually have a little bit of smoke in the air from the Canadian wildfires. That's what's making it kind of milky out there. Temperatures are right around 80 this afternoon, much lower humidity, so it feels a lot nicer. And look at tonight. I think it's windows open tonight. Temperatures will dip down into the upper 50s some locations. Really a nice stretch of weather for the next couple of days. Sunny again tomorrow, mid to upper 70s. A little milder on Wednesday with highs in the low 80s. We're back into the hot, humid stuff here on Thursday with a high about 90 degrees. I think we're into the mid and upper 90s on Friday, but it shouldn't be long-lived. Next weekend looks really nice right now. Meantime, we have a hazy sunshine, 75 degrees in Quincy right now. Checking out the news for you today, the Quincy City Council will hold a special meeting tonight to change 3 polling places in the upcoming September 2nd preliminary election. Ward 4, Precincts 3 and 4 at the Quincy Lodge of Elks on Quarry Street will be moving from the upper level to the lower level of the lodge. And Ward 6, Precinct 5 will be voting at the Nickerson American Legion post instead of the Squantum School. That's due to the new school construction project. City Clerk Nicole Crispo says the changes will not impact early voting.
It'll be here at the Great Hall, and the reason why it stops on Thursday is because of the holiday. So, yeah, that's an opportunity, you know, anybody can take advantage of. We'll have spots designated out front of City Hall here, and we'll have spots dedicated over at the Quincy T parking as well.
Early voting for the September 2nd primary will be held at City Hall August 23rd through Thursday, August 28th. August 23rd is also the last day to register to vote for the September 2nd primary, and requests for mail-in ballots, those must be made to the City Clerk's office by August 25th. By the way, tonight's special City Council meeting at 6:30 is being held virtually over Zoom. Beginning today, a portion of Huckins Avenue in Squantum will be closed daily from 7 a.m. to about 3 p.m. That is to allow for construction of the new Squantum School. The project managers say that closure will run through the middle of August. The road will be reopened each evening. There'll be large steel plates across the openings in the roadway. 6 modular classrooms are being installed there to serve as temporary classrooms for students when they return in the fall. And demolition on a portion of the building will begin soon. However, the original 1919 section of the Squantum School will be saved. Construction on the new school is expected to begin in October. The expansion of the South Shore YMCA building in Quincy reached a major milestone recently with a topping off ceremony held on the new addition. The steel frame of the new addition was completed earlier this month, which was celebrated by YMCA officials and members. Construction on the new 20,000 square foot addition began back in April. It will feature classrooms and educational spaces on the first floor, plus a new gymnastics center on the second floor. A dedicated space for teens will also be part of the expansion. The Y has raised over $12 million to put toward the expansion project, which is expected to be completed early next year. 6 endangered sea turtles are now back in the ocean after being rehabilitated at the New England Aquarium's Sea Turtle Hospital at the Quincy Shipyard. Now, last Thursday, aquarium staff, interns, and volunteers released the turtles into the water at West Dennis Beach on the Cape. 4 Kemp's Ridley and 2 loggerhead sea turtles were treated for hypothermia, malnutrition, and other ailments after becoming cold stunned. And they were rescued from Cape Cod beaches last fall and winter. Every year, volunteers and staff with the Wellfleet Bay Wildlife Sanctuary rescue stranded turtles in the fall and winter from beaches along Cape Cod Bay and then bring them to the Quincy facility for treatment. This past year, the hospital treated 518 turtles. 12 are still being treated at the center. They may be released later this summer. It's our check of news for you today. Coming up, Julie Pagano, president of the Quincy Chamber of Commerce, will be joining us for a summer update. That's next. Welcome back. It has been a very busy year so far here in Quincy, especially for the Quincy Chamber of Commerce, and it's only going to get busier from here on out because it's Quincy 400's full force, and the Quincy Chamber is very much involved with that. So the president, Julie Pagano, has stopped on by to tell us a little bit more about how's it going and what's coming up. Julie, great to see you.
Hi, good morning. Always wonderful to see you.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Yes.
You know, it seems like you've been in the job forever, but it's less than a year.
It's actually, it's only been 5 months.
Yeah.
I'm ticking closer to the 6 month, beginning of, I think it's August 5th.
Okay.
So yes, it's been a great 6 months, and looking back, I'm looking forward, and we have a lot of great things ahead planned for the Chamber.
You really hit the ground running, but it seems, just in talking to you, it seems to be a great fit for you. I mean, you smile, you have a lot of energy. It seems like this is what you were meant to do.
I love what I do.
Yeah.
And I think having that business background, it just helps me understand, you know, where our small businesses are at, medium, our large businesses, the challenges, the great days, the not so great days, and I'm just happy to really be a part of it. And I think as the Chamber and our city, as it continues to just sparkle and grow, right? It just lends itself to doing business in our city, and I find that so exciting right now.
Yeah. Seeing as we're on that topic of doing business, how has Quincy 400 impacted the business community here in Quincy?
So we're seeing, first of all, community spirit, right?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, the spirit in our community, the energy, people are excited. There are new faces that are coming to our city. We saw it with Maritime Festival. We saw it with Dropkick Murphys. And there's definitely been a measurable economic increase in revenues, you know, for our hotels, our restaurants, our cafes, our retail shops. Everybody is really seeing a difference in the city, and they're talking about it. I was at Marina Bay on Saturday night, and I was talking to one of the managers at the restaurant, and she said it has not stopped since Maritime Festival.
Right?
And the marina was really, really crowded on Saturday.
So by all accounts, the Maritime Festival had the most people at Marina Bay since Marina Bay first opened back in the 80s.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. Well, it was the first one, their opening day, and then it was the Celtics and the Lakers when the Celtics won.
Okay.
In I think it was '86. I think Hassan mentioned that to me. And now this is the third, and
so almost 40 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Record-breaking, revenue days for the businesses down there, and thank God they had 13 weeks of really tough weather to battle back.
Yes.
And so it's nice to see that they're busy, and even the downtown too, with the Dropkick Murphys and the city, just the streets being shut down, and people talking about it. My neighbor's 40-year-old daughter was in the mosh pit, and she had her eyes rolling, but we were cheering, and so it's been great.
It's interesting you mentioned streets shut down because, as you know, in a lot of the European cities, they have pedestrian-only kind of walkways, right?
Yes.
Or boulevards where the retail shops thrive
Yes.
without motor vehicle traffic.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I know. I know.
Yes.
So maybe
you're
there's
nodding yourself
yes,
like maybe we should think about that.
Yeah, maybe
then.
we should think about that.
Yeah.
Right? Is there a future for that? Maybe,
Right.
perhaps. Right?
Yeah.
I'd love to look into that.
Explore that a little more.
Yeah. But the city has just been so vibrant, and it just a great place to live and work and have a business and visit.
Well, that's kind of what Kilroy Square is modeled after, right?
Yes.
It is a little bit of a European market, although you do have a huge parking garage right next door for folks to park, but the market itself is vehicle free.
Right, and,
Yeah.
and thank God for that parking garage.
Right.
I see it on a daily basis, and it's busy. And thank God, because it's just an easy place for people to visit Quincy and to be here. If they have appointments, they can just use that garage. It's just very economic, but it also helps us a lot with our farmers market.
I would think.
Yeah.
How's that going this year?
The farmers market is great.
Is it? Yeah.
Oh, the traffic has been wonderful. We were able to talk about it on Zip Trip. So
Oh, really?
that actually drew some people down that day, from
Oh,
they were
everybody likes
having
to see
conversations.
themselves on TV, right?
Right, yeah, they were having conversations with great vendors and telling them, "Oh, we heard about it on Zip Trip, so we thought we'd come down." So that was a nice shout out for us, and we've enhanced it. We've added music. We're doing workouts at 12 noon.
Oh, really?
Yes, our members, Capella and Proving Ground are just some of them, and also we've partnered with the Crane Library
Yeah.
to do some story time.
That's great.
We're dog friendly, and it's great. I was down there all day on Friday, and I saw some new faces, some old faces, and it's been great.
Yeah.
So,
What are the hours, Julie, for the market?
so it's 12 to 4 every Friday, and it
okay.
will run through October 31st.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
are there still the Thursday evening, the brewery was there
Yes,
also?
it's
Okay.
Widowmaker,
Yes,
and they're
yeah.
there on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Okay.
and they're partnering with Avivo, the restaurant, with pizza. So there's been a lot of activity down at Kilroy after hours as well.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right. So
been
it's,
great.
I mean, the whole thought of redeveloping Quincy Center was bring a community, right? Make it a neighborhood,
Yes,
basically. Yeah.
yes.
So do you think that's happened?
I do.
Yeah.
The residents,
Yeah.
that have moved into the area, and talking with them, they love the market. They love Kilroy.
Mm.
I pop by Kilroy in the evenings, just to see the activity, and it's been good. It's
Yeah.
been good. Yeah. So we're thankful for the city for allowing us to manage that.
And there's more coming, right? They just tore down the buildings where the Family Dollar
Yes,
was, so
yes.
that's getting ready to go up as well.
Yes.
So-
It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's exciting to watch the growth of our city.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've been here for a very, very long time, so you've seen the changes
Yes.
as well
Yes.
going forward,
Yes.
yeah. How about the other parts of the city? Wollaston, North Quincy, business districts?
So Wollaston, we have our Wally Beach Wednesdays
Yes.
that we've kicked off a few weeks ago. It is the love child of our chairwoman Helen Shiner, Margaret LaForest, and Janet Batson. They've worked very, very hard in pulling it together with the bands and the sound and just making it a great place to visit on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
So it's every Wednesday now through August 27th.
Great.
This week we are featuring the Bell Bottom, which is a rock band.
Yeah.
So you can bring your chair, you can grab some food at the restaurants on the beach, and it's been a lot of people there last week.
Were there?
Yeah, yeah.
They are free, right?
Yes, they're free,
Yeah,
yes.
6 to 8 p.m. on Wednesday evenings
Yes.
on the beach. Weather looks great again this week,
Yeah,
because
I know.
that's a big factor, of course.
Yeah.
And this is new this year. It's been a while since there's been
Yes.
live music on a weekly basis.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It was. They really wanted to bring it back, so I applaud them for working hard, and they've done a great job.
That's
So,
excellent.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So the chamber is going high tech.
Yes, it is. So we are introducing our podcast.
How neat.
Which will be, the name of it will be B Quincy.
The letter B.
The letter B,
Okay.
Quincy.
Okay.
And we're going to start with interviews at your wonderful station over the next few weeks, and probably start launching it in the fall.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm really excited about that. There are so many great stories about the businesses in this city, and there's long-time businesses, there's family businesses, and there's small businesses, medium. I mean, all of our businesses, and each of them have a great story. And I want to bring that to our community, and also inspire others who may be thinking about, starting a business.
Okay.
It just starts with that one thought,
Really?
right? And
Yeah.
then you just do it, and,
Yeah.
and you jump into it.
Well, that's where the chamber comes in to help them, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Who's hosting the podcast?
Who's hosting the podcast? Me.
You are?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. All right.
Yes.
So it's
yes.
B. Quincy with Julie.
Yes, B. Quincy with Julie.
Okay.
And, we'll bring in some guests. We're going to have some fun with it.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be too long, just maybe like
Sure.
15-minute segments,
Yeah,
and just something that people can kind of, refer to. And also there'll be a history of some of those businesses that I feel, it's amazing to me, the stories that I hear about the businesses in this city. It's
Well,
really remarkable.
Quincy is known, for being an incubator for businesses going way back, of course, to Howard Johnson's and Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes.
But more recently, look at the empire that Jimmy Liang has built.
Yeah.
And some of the newer arrivals to the city.
Yes. Yes.
Very, very business savvy. Yeah.
Yeah, yep. And all an inspiration. All an inspiration. So again, I just want to bring it to maybe that girl or that guy who's thinking about starting a business and just maybe not too sure of themselves.
Yeah.
And now this is this opportunity.
So-
and it's also to showcase our members
Yes.
as well.
Okay. How many have you got now, just roughly?
We're at 484 members,
okay.
and those are the active members.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we're excited about that. We've added about 55% more in
Wow.
the last 5 months over last year. So that's been great. There's a great energy, a great buzz. I am. I think networking is one of the most important things that you can do for your business and for yourself. And I believe that the chamber, as we look at events moving forward into this year, quality networking events, but events that you can come to and be comfortable at, and not be intimidated, and just be there. We're a phone call away. You can email us. You can call us with any questions. We're here to help you with anything business.
Speaking of events, one of your signature events is coming up in the not too distant future, the
Yeah.
Taste of Quincy.
Yes.
Tuesday, August 12th from 5:30 to 8. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, so this will actually be my first one,
Right.
and I'm excited about it. The team is working really hard, in putting it together logistic-wise. Right now we are still looking for more vendors
Okay.
and sponsorship, but we have some great sponsors that are already on board, so we thank them and we thank all of our sponsors. It's 5:30 to 8. August 12th, and it's $40 a person, and it's across the board. We'll have some entertainment, some great food. We already have a great lineup of restaurants.
Can you name just a few?
Yeah, sure. Of course, it's Jimmy Liang. Okay, Masons and Granite Links, their food truck.
Okay.
Of course, Montilios, the Sunset Pier, which is new, a new vendor this year for
Okay.
us, so we're excited about that. They're down on the boardwalk at
Oh,
Marina
very
Bay.
good. Okay.
And there are Dottie's Kitchen, I believe that they mentioned, was perhaps interested. I'm not sure yet, so I have to go back and kind of see what happened over the
Okay.
weekend.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we're looking forward
At
to
Best
it.
Western Adams, and again up in
Yes.
North Quincy. So is it out on the gazebo again?
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
Okay.
Yes.
Overlooking the Neponset.
Yeah, under the tent.
Yep.
So I would love for everybody to come down. I'm excited to attend and be there. But the feedback that we received from last year was overwhelming. So I'm just excited about it.
Neat.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So both tickets are available and sponsorships available.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
And vendor spots still.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
What else?
Well, we are also really, really excited to announce too that Quincy has been named top 5 fastest growing cities in the United States for small business activity.
Wow.
And we just found that out probably just the beginning of the month, and you know, it's a great honor. And I think after this year, I think we might tick up that notch a little bit,
Okay.
and maybe even become #1 or 2. We're number 4 right now.
In the whole country?
Yes,
Yeah.
in the United States. Yes.
According to who did the survey?
It's Bill.com. It's also been in Inc. magazine.
Okay.
So it's an economic business report.
Gotcha.
Basically, a consulting company that just goes out and does this research.
Yes.
And there we were.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's number
yeah.
1? Do you remember?
I don't remember
Okay.
who was number 1.
Okay.
Yeah. I know who's number 5.
Okay.
But I don't know who's number 1. Sorry.
But I mean, that is
Yeah.
pretty significant.
Yeah.
For
It is.
sure.
It's very, very
what can
significant.
you attribute that to, Julie?
I-
Because small businesses, it's what, 10 or fewer employees? Is that kind of the definition?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I feel that it's the mayor of our city. It's his team. It's everybody within the city. It's very easy to do business here. You know, they want people to come here. I mean, we're also close to Boston. We're on major highways, and there's a lot of reason to do business in Quincy.
Yep, yep.
And it's easy. It's easy to do business.
How important is, the public transportation service that the city has?
So Phil Eng, the
Yes.
general manager of the MBTA, he worked really hard in getting our trains and buses back to a point now where people are comfortable taking the T again, and that includes our red line, which goes through our city, and also I have to mention the ferry.
Of course you have to mention the ferry. It's in your blood.
Yes, the ferry is just doing phenomenal.
Yeah.
I have a friend who watches it every morning from their balcony, and
Out at Marina Bay?
Yes,
Okay.
and they see the crew from Boston Harbor City Cruises.
Yes.
They wait for people. They're telling people, okay, we're not going to leave you. We're going to wait. So the customer service is great.
Okay.
The scheduled departure times are really working out well, and as I understand it, I think we've sold out a few times.
Okay.
That's a great thing. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
And everybody's talking about it. I had a neighbor last night mention it. Oh, I'm going to work tomorrow. I'm going to hop on the ferry.
Well, this is the first year that the city has had a dedicated Quincy to Boston
Yes.
service during the week,
Yes.
which was huge.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's been a really long time coming,
Yeah.
and there's so many people who have worked really hard to make it happen.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
there's just a lot of great things.
Well, you can park for free at
Yes.
Squanah Point Park.
Park
It's
for free.
$6 to
Yes.
ride the ferries,
Yes.
so it's really economical and
Yes.
convenient. We just need one on this end of the city, Julie.
I know.
That'll be the next goal, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure
I know.
how we would do that, but maybe a shuttle.
There you go.
service, right?
See, always thinking.
Yes, the shuttle service, I think, is probably what's coming next,
Sure.
to connect people from the city down to the marina.
Yeah. When we first started our conversation, you mentioned that there are some challenges that businesses face, any business, right? What are they specifically here in Quincy right now, do you think?
Well, I think that any business, the challenge is the rising cost
Yeah.
of healthcare. Rising cost to be competitive, with salary, and just trying to find, help.
Yep.
As well. COVID has changed everything
Yes.
in business.
Oh, yeah.
And we're slowly seeing the comeback, but it's a challenge.
5 years and we're still
know.
recovering, yeah.
I know.
Okay.
I know. It's going to take a little bit more time, I
Is that
think.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so.
But still plenty to do in Quincy this year.
Yes, there is. And upcoming is the
Yes.
Darius and John Fogerty concert.
Yes,
which
first
we're-
weekend in August.
Yeah, which we're really excited about, right? Another, economic engine for the city.
Nationwide performers, right?
yes.
International performers,
Yes,
really. Yeah.
Yes. So, there's just a great feel. Are you feeling that? Are you feeling the buzz of the city?
For sure,
Yeah.
it's different this year than
Yes.
in years past. I
Yeah.
will definitely agree. The Flag Day Parade, I think, was one of, if not the best that I've ever seen in a long time. That I've been going to them for sure, and I think that'll translate through the rest of the year as well too. But you have your event every week after hours, right?
So after hours is actually once a month.
Oh, once a month, okay.
And we just had it last Thursday at the Rail House.
Oh.
And it was great. We had about 60 members show up.
Okay.
So it was wonderful to see some, our regular faces and some new faces there. So it was great. Next month, we are doing a coffee with Donato. And actually, I really need to mention Maureen Feeney. She is with Heartstrings Yarn Shop. So a new business just opened in April. We did a ribbon cutting, and we're doing a coffee with her next week,
Okay.
the
A yarn
31st.
shop. Wow,
Yeah, a
okay.
yarn shop. She has a great story. Again, just a dream.
Yeah.
And now she has her own business, and
for her.
I would recommend, anybody check her out. She's on Beale Street.
Okay.
And please come by the coffee as well. So yes, so we're doing coffees and after hours. We're actually booking into our after hours into next year,
Next
into
year?
26 already.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're a
So-
month into summer already, so
I know.
things are flying.
I know.
Always great to talk to you, Julie. Thank
I
you
know.
so much.
Same here. Great to
Likewise.
see you. Thank you for
Come
having
back.
me. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Forecast for the rest of the day looks really nice, actually. Lots of sunshine, comfortable conditions, around 80 degrees this afternoon. Kind of a carbon copy tomorrow with sun and clouds, and still pretty comfortable. Things start to heat up here on Wednesday, and we're back into the hot, humid stuff for Thursday, Friday as well, to be even hotter. It should cool down, though, for next weekend. Thanks again to Julie Pagano for joining us from the Quincy Chamber.
Thanks.
Thanks to our crew. Thank you for watching. Speaking of Friday here on the show, Janet Little stopping by from the Quincy Farmers Market. Meantime, check our website, QATV.org. All of our latest programs. There's news, there's information, there's video on demand, and live streaming and more. For all of us here at QATV, I'm Joe Catalano. Have a great week.